Hello and welcome back to me playing Oxygen Not Included in hard mode. So I finally made it to this asteroid. So I did not have teleportation ability. That's one of the things I chose not to have in this hard mode playthrough. Now in this area, I've been very careful to maintain a vacuum over here, and I want to maintain that. That's why they're wearing these suits, even though the suits don't have oxygen in them. So I want to have this working area. Priority number one. I want to set up a base, and priority number one is oxygen. So let's build an oxygen diffuser. I want to make that out of local ingredients, so that is copper. Don't want them to have to go back to the rocket to get iron ore or things that are there. So everything will be made out of copper and have a manual generator. Absolute minimum I need to make oxygen. Nice if I get a battery as well. Don't need steel. Let's make that out of copper. A little bit of copper wiring. We'll get the dupes. Connect that together. So the scientists bringing some algae from the rocket. I don't have that local, at least local to this area. There will be algae somewhere else in this area, but very helpful. Very happy that I have that in the rocket itself. So just mapping out some rooms that I want to create, because I want to get the stress level down. I figure I can do that by upping morale. So I want to have a great hall, barracks, and I also want to go around this area here with these wild plants, because I can make a nature reserve. We do a bit of mopping up as well. Now in the home world, I realize I forgot one thing. Talking about stress, I forgot to send fiber reed with those dupes. So I set up this little conveyor line. I guess this is unreachable. Let's build temporary ladder over here. I shut off the red bolt generation so they shouldn't be smacked in the head. But I'm going to put some fiber reed in this and have that launched at Upsibio, so they'll have access to fiber reeds. They can sleep on carpet, get tickled toes to help reduce their stress. I'll be back once this area is covered. So both these dupes have insatiable hunger because of the stress level. And I started here with 200,000 calories of food, and that's been steadily going down. They're chowing down on lettuce. I really want to make sure that I can get them down here with some spots where they can reduce their stress a little bit more. How are we doing in the home world with that setup? Okay, excellent. So I will say industrial ingredient. Let's get reed fiber sent over. Tell me you can access that. Oh yeah, that's right. You've got to say higher priority than this. Right? Oh yeah, this is a priority of 6. Let's well, you know what? Let's just knock it on the ground. There we are. The sweeper is sending that up, loading that into here. That's going to make its way to the launcher. Remove this ladder for safety purposes. And we'll put on one of the red bolt generators so I can get that fiber reed sent to this world where the dupes are so stressed out. Realized I did a horrible job when I was packing. I didn't send over a buddy plant or anything that I can put in a great hall for planning purposes. So I'll have these 2 seeds sent over as well. Let's check on the dupes to see how they're doing. On the Obsibio, just need to create the cots and they'll have a barracks. So the dupes have completed a barracks. Now they're working on a mess hall, which will upgrade a great hall when I can plant some things here. Definitely want to get a buddy plant put in there, as well as the other decorative plant that's going to be on the way. Let's have a look. Is there any resources? I desperately need that homeworld. If you could send that to me, it would be great. Definitely did not do this while Commanda. It's still sitting here, waiting to charge. Until eventually. Dude, that's over here. I think they're at the point. Yeah, I've gotten all the iron. It's time to send them home. This dupe here has been spinning cycles and cycles. So before I do that, let's dismantle some of this stuff here. Need 2 batteries. I've got lots and lots of material on this one tile. Let's start off by cutting the cooling line going into this thing. Actually, hold on, just instead of that, I'll just get rid of the bridge. We'll prepare this for takeoff. So I've got to put, they have to have a fridge, they'll have to have a place they can use the washroom, make sure the fridge is stocked with food. They've got lots and lots of algae, but they'll need a oxidizer to produce oxygen. And then they can go in the homeworld and bring this tons and tons and tons of great material for me to be able to use there. Just realized I should probably change the minimum launch weight to just 1, because I want this to be sent out. You can do it, it's fully charged. Make that 0 even. No, 2 apparently kilograms maximum. How much weight is in there? Well, there's more than 2. There's 30 kilograms of water. You need to send that out as fast as you can. I don't know if it needs to be charged, or we're waiting for it, or what the status is. It's storing 200 red volts. It has material in it. It's tempting to climb inside, but trust me, don't. Fair enough. Yeah, it doesn't indicate that it's charging or needs to wait or anything like that. I'll try reloading. I don't know if something's going on funny with the game. So just reload it, and this thing just instantly fired. So I don't know what the mystery is there. But this is about, it's going to send even more. Here we are. Yeah. So maybe it's just the fact that you change the settings and it's a little bit screwed up, or maybe I just got lucky and it was charging. And I don't think that's the case. But whatever the case, material is finally on its way. Desperately needed to. It's 0.6 cycles, so I like how these things travel quickly because they're needed. See how these dupes are doing. They're still trying to produce a mess hall. The only annoying thing is I have to, once this fiber reed lands and these seeds land, I have to figure out which one of these things is that thing that needs to be opened. So they can't climb up here to actually access them, so maybe in the meantime I will get them to build a ladder right there so that they can actually reach. Can they get the whole way around? I think they can. Okay. So I definitely want to get stress down. This was not well planned. 128,000 calories. They are just chewing through the lettuce. 100% stress for Explorer. I could have definitely used more material. Okay, so here we are. Do I have anything local? Not yet. It's on the way. What do I do now? Okay, so now I have, no, I don't have a mess hall, or I technically do. I'm gonna finish this off, and then I will work on creating a nature reserve for them to be able to use and walk through. So for that, doors. We need the park sign. We need to work quickly, dupes. Because I can't have you eating this much food. I'm so glad I brought that amount of food with me. You can make a park sign out of all kinds of different material. I didn't realize you can make it out of dirt or copper. Make it out of copper just because. Put that right there. And the door then. These dupes need to get busy. So I want these suits off the dupes as soon as possible, but I do not want to trap them down here without food. That's why I'm building this food storage area. I also need to make sure they have refined metal so they can build the suits docking station. We will take these things on and off because I don't want them to be not wearing them when they go up here. I also want to make sure I have a little bit of glass. It's manufactured material glass, so if they need to reproduce or fix these things, they can, because it takes glass to fix those. Let's dump a little bit of water here. Let's going to create and maintain a vacuum where I want the fridge to be stored with some lettuce, frozen lettuce. So Explorer's gathering some water. Don't need a lot, Explorer, just a little, please. Oh, or no, not none. Just a little. Try again. Okay, this is extremely painful to do, but we'll get there. Just need to have one piece of water right there, and when you get your feet wet, and you get your suits off. So let's mop up that little airflow tile to create there. Excellent. Create a tile here. Create a tile here. Yes, you need oxygen, you need to breathe, blah, blah, blah. Keep going. So we still have a vacuum there, that's good. This thing needs to be loaded. They're on break. Or Explorer, you're still going. Good. Excellent. Okay, so we've got an airflow tile. That's going to be the bottom of the fridge. I just need these two tiles created, and I'll have a fridge in there. I'll get them to start to load in their material, and I'll close them in. So I'll be back when this fridge is created, load it with, let's say, 50,000 or so calories of food, some lead, glass, and then we can continue. While this is going on, let's have a look over here. This dupe is ready to go home, but their rocket is not really rated for travel. Let's give them a place to produce oxygen when they go home, as well as store their food. Refrigerators are going to need some power for that. Let's connect that with some power. We will have pause things just because I don't trust the dupes in the Obsibio. So that dupe can work on that. Let's go back here. They made any progress? They have not yet. Okay. Had some oxygen leak into this vacuum area, so I'm going to make a double airlock here. Hopefully this is going to work. I don't know if the water will actually make it here or not, but we'll find out here in a second. Otherwise, I'll rewind. Should find water. It's maybe need to be locked up, and they're just plowing through the food. So you know what? I'm going to actually do this. Explorer is their stress level. They're maintaining their stress level. Scientists, not so much, because their suit is soiled. Let's just prevent scientists at this point from leaving. Explorer is the only one now that can go. Then that way, scientists can finally take their suit off. Probably really enjoy that break. But I don't want to see oxygen dropped off here, so Explorer, actually I think scientists probably still can reach this actually. If one of those could do that, it just gives me a little bit of safety in preventing oxygen from getting down this channel and heating things up. So one of the things that could happen is that oxygen could get in there, that even if it was a tiny amount, it could heat up this liquid, turn to steam, and then immense amount of heat is going to be rushing in. Let's not have that happen. So learned a little thing about the game. If you drop this liquid off here, it will actually deposit liquid here, which is nice. Want to destroy this, rebuild tiling, you can flood it. Oh, they're on break. Let's get this built. Do not want to see oxygen go up your dupes. So right now, scientists can't leave this area. They've got their suit off, which is helping with the stress situation. They can also do things a little bit faster with their suit, but they're relying on Explorer to provide them with food that's inside the rocket. So I'm going to get that dropped off here. I also have to get them to fill out the outhouse, otherwise scientists is just going to make a mess because they can't use the washroom that's on board the rocket either. All I can really get them to do is build the system for the lead suits. So we'll start to have scientists carve out that area. And Explorer, hopefully you're filling this out. Okay, so now I've got 15 visits of this. rather have you doing... Oh, wait, what's your priority? Priorities for Explorer. Must be digging. It is, yeah. Let's rather have you load some. Actually, let's have you also load the lead suit, because I brought 2 extra lead suits on the rocket. So you need to do that. Allow, just get the scientists to concentrate on this area. Once you catch your breath, while that panic-stricken asteroid is being worked on, it's now time to send Miner back with all this material. Let's give them the piloting skills they need to fly this thing. They can crew it. We'll go to our asteroid. We'll go to the border of it and use gravity to fall down. Using that trick quite a bit, more than I thought I would. Can begin the launch when you're ready. Let's just double check. Inside of this, you have it says 0 calories, but I see the fridge is full. It's a little confusing. Meat lice. I'm gonna assume this is just a trick of the game that's registering 0 there. They've got a bed. I'll assign that to Miner. So I said crew. Oh wait, who is on this Miner? That's why. That's why it registered 0. It's saying that no one had access to that rocket. Now I've got 40,000 calories. That's what happened there. Okay, excellent. We'll watch this. Don't have time to watch a lot of these type of things because I'm constantly checking on the other dupes. But I think we can do a launch, and then I'll rush over to Obsibio. Excellent. So they're on their way. Obsibio, let's continue digging out this path. The lead suits. What is made in here? Food, nothing. Explorer has not been busy at all. I know it's difficult with the suit. Just load some food in here and some materials, you can take that off. Now I'm going to see how much material I have. Let's open this door. It's going to give me the ability to see lead 125 tons, 52 tons of iron ore, 18 tons of iron, coal 10 tons, 6 tons of algae. Excellent. All that is heading towards my home base. That'll be there in 1.3 cycles. Been ignoring the home world for a while because things are quite stressful. Let's see if I can do some research. I wouldn't mind putting plastic stairs in place. Scientist is away, so I'll have to give someone else the research ability. But let's work on that, and I'll give that to maybe operator. Back over here. Still waiting for some material. I have 37,000 calories. Good job, Explorer, but you still need to fill this bin. So you have some lead. Moments away from Miner reaching the atmosphere of Hazardini. So I will tell them, just use gravity to fall down. Platform they're going to go to, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to destroy this asteroid. It kind of does matter because these rad bolts. Let's turn the series of those things off so this dude doesn't get smacked in the face. Also have to make sure, probably should have explicitly told them to go to this landing platform, but oh well. So I'm not certain they can actually reach out of here. So I'll build this high priority. What material does this dude have access to? That is made out of igneous rock. Destroy that. Back here, we'll make a ladder out of igneous rock. Otherwise, we'll wait for one of the other dupes to make that. that works. So one ladder there. Another one up here. So we'll just completely assemble this rocket. It's going to allow all the contents to fall down, which is nice. I'm going to say let's crew this with no one on it, because if I destroy it with a rocket on, the game gets a black hole and you have to close. Let's not do that. Change crew, no one. Destroy this as well. And from this point on, I won't need this anymore. I was only saving that for this rocket and forgot to use it. That's okay. Just going to destroy it. Just have to remind myself to get rid of these ladders when we're done, so I can turn the system back on. And still haven't built a system to use these. I've got to do that. But my attention... nuts. Okay, still getting the issue, even though there's no dupe in there. To figure this out. How do you safely destroy a rocket? Is my question, without getting a black hole. So this is take 2. This is platform 728. So now I can actually tell miner before they land. I want you not to go to any platform. Oh, this may not work. It may not work because I don't actually have enough gas. I have to use gravity to fall down. And when you do that, I'll just destroy it. I'll just trick the system. I'll trick it into only having this as the option for falling down. I can work with that. Back to visit these dupes here. Get scientists working on this. The only thing, now I've got lead, I've got glass, the only thing you need to put in here, Explorer, is the worn suits. 2 of them in the rocket. You could just get those, then that would kind of change everything. You need a tile right here as well. Actually, what I might do is do another dip down. That. Manage that. I'll do make that another vacuum, just improve the safety. Okay, so have you removed that platform? You have not. I'll be back when that's gone. So now there's only one place this dupe can land. So let's just use gravity to fall down. Now, if you were just using gravity, I don't think you're going to be landing nicely like this, but that's what happens. I know I can destroy this safely. So we'll start with that. And I'll do a save before I try to do this. Now, there might be something that's inside here that if I were to destroy, it would, let's just remove a bunch of things. Who knows what's actually causing the issue? Maybe it's the cot. Get rid of a lot of stuff. Let's see what, even the door. I'll do a save before the next destruction attempt. So the dupes are idle here. Are the suits inside this? There are. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to say none of you are allowed to leave. Let's get Explorer. Let's get you to go on this side. Crossing over. You can now take off your suit. Probably should have made a save at that point, but that's fine. I can now put in the stations for these. This is a long time getting to this point. 2 lead suit stations, one here. We're going to need power and oxygen. Give them some power. We'll have a pump. It's going to be near the not electrolyzer, the oxygen diffuser. Or I could actually build it around that too, but so we'll do it here. Make that out of copper, good. I'm going to put a filter in. Gas filter, where's this going to fit? About right there. It's going to send gas into the filter. Oxygen will go out of that and into these two containers. And this will just leak out everything else. So I stripped this rocket down to bare bones. Let's make sure dupes don't get in here again. Crew that with no one. Save this, just in case it does the same thing again. I'll see if I'm able to destroy it now. So that's going to make the material fall in a different location, but all right, there's going to be fine. Destruct. Did not know it could be as dangerous as black holes to build these things. While that's going on, probably should see if that is going to work or not, but I'll just be optimistic. How do we create a rocket platform? Are we going to get a black hole game? Whew. We did not. Okay, so now I can destroy the engine, and then I'll eventually destroy that platform. Well, that's a bit of good news. How are you guys doing here, dupes? Making progress? Say to deliver the suits. They're not happy, but their stress level is not at 100% anymore, so it's slowly going down. Let's see if we can enhance that further. So this is going to control their access. Now they can't leave here, so technically I can allow them to go through here. So they're not going to exit unless they have suits on. So now they're allowed out only once this thing charges. And that's going to start the process of filling with oxygen now. So Explorer, the suit already had some oxygen in it, so Explorer is able to go out. If they're able to go out, that's really good news. I'm not going to make you watch this, but I'm going to look for all the material I want, the Buddy seed for instance, and get them the fiber reed seed, and then get them to open that. So I'll be back. So I found the payload that has both the mithril leaf seed and the Buddy seed, so I'm going to get them to open that higher priority. And then I can turn this into a great hall, but also have Buddy plant reducing stress by a little bit. Also found some fiber reed, so we'll be putting in some carpet as well. So the Buddy seed is intact, but this mithril leaf seed is 0.995117. Will that plant? We will find out. Otherwise, I guess I'll just have to dig and find a plant that's native to this asteroid to complete my great haul. So the Buddy plant has been picked up. It's going to enhance our stress production. So it does look like the mithril leaf at their 0.99% value is actually enough to be planted. So that's good news. That means that I have a great haul. I have a nature reserve. I've got a barracks. Don't have a washroom yet. That's probably going to be in my next goal. But with the Buddy plant being put in here, that's going to allow the dupes to smell the flowers where temperature is 35. That's it can grow anything between up to 40, so we're good. Excellent. We're looking much better conditions. So let's just have a look at the stress level of these dupes. A -10 overall. The chit chat is helping, being appreciated, is being helping when they smell the flowers. It's going to be an extra 5%. Scientist is -5 because of the chit chat. So I think the next goal is to open some of these fiber reeds, get some carpets, so they can have tickle toesies while they sleep, possibly when they eat as well as building the washroom. In the home world, I told the dupes to research plastic ladders. I haven't done anything in this world for a while. They've just been kind of maintaining things while I've been stressfully dealing with the other base. But now that base is doing a little bit better, I want to do something for the home world before I end this episode. I have been experimenting with this area here. Still have steam. That's great. I blocked this off so the steam doesn't go up. It's not very much. Just in the MCG, just very, very little. And this water here, actually I can increase the pressure a little bit. I see that research is completed. Good job. So we can create some plastic ladders that has slow heating effect, but I do have a cooling system for my base. Just to have this go up and down, so as the dupes are traveling up in the up direction, they can do that a little bit faster now. Watch this. Let's see if I can aim for about 75 kilograms. There's a little under. That may help reduce the amount of steam. This will keep allowing me to crank out plastic. I have this set to, if it gets above 99, it's going to pump out excess water. So that'll be my plastic production, and I've got my refinery here. Crude oil is being delivered from the top in this vacuum area into here, and the petroleum is going out. Still have a vacuum over here that's very important. It can now work on the washroom area. So now I've got access to fiber reed. I want to put that in the bed where they sleep. So I'll make that out of sandstone. I'm going to put a piece there. And it says it doesn't, isn't able to just because this is a little bit confused. It's a priority for that. Those things. Eventually I'll have two pieces of carpeted tile here and here for them to have even more stress relief while they sleep. Homeworld, see if they've made any progress. Oh wow, they have. So starting the process of getting this ladder. So what is the speed benefit of this? Run speed of 20% and up in this direction. We're going up. There's the cell with fire going down. So now we've got carpeted tiles where they eat, where they sleep. They get a great hall. They've got a place to repair their suits, so they continue to go outside even when the suits are repaired. Now, I thought ahead and I made sure that glass was inside this side of the Astroid, because this thing, if I want to repair lead suits, takes glass. Now I'm bringing power out, so I want to have that connected to the solar panels. I want to provide power to the payload opener. I'm going to have material dropped off down here. Now I want to put in the ladder first. I want to put mesh tile right here, but I don't want to do that unless it's surrounded by a vacuum. So I'm going to build a vacuum first, because the material, this is most likely going to be food that's dropped off. I don't want that to drop off on the spot and take on heat. That would be very, very bad. So what we're going to do is going to dig out here. I'm going to dig out the sides of it, I'm going to dig out underneath it, and then we'll put the actual tile for stuff to fall right there. Let's have a look on the homeworld. I've been making a few changes, one of which I haven't looked at for a while, is I decreased the temperature of this from -50 to -90. In fact, it's almost -92. That is creating, let's see if there's any lettuce that's in the refrigerated state anymore. There is not, so that seems to be helping. That may be the mix of making this aluminum and getting the temperature down a little bit lower is making sure that lettuce, when it's getting there, is actually frozen. Barbecue meat wasn't an issue at -50. But the lettuce was. Might want to send more food over to the dupes. So we'll do that now for this fridge. And unfortunately that is going to land up in payload containers over here, but I guess that's why I'm building the payload openers. The other thing that I'll look at is I added this little pathway here with radiant pipes just to keep the steam out of this room. That seems to be working. I'm currently out of crude oil. And I discovered
something quite annoying. Over here in this world, crude oil is not flowing because I don't have a bridge located right there. Painful, it is what it is. So what I'll do is, at some point, one of these dupes will have to go on a mission over there just to create a single thing, a bridge. I don't have any of these created yet, but that'll be for another episode. Back over with these dupes. I've got to give one of them the Mechatronics engineering skills so they can complete this. Let's give that to Scientist. So that is going to give them a whole bunch of skills. They won't have their morale bonus anymore. Put this, I'll make it out of steel though, really easy to do. As long as I have a vacuum on all sides of it, that should be fine. Gotta be careful about hot stuff falling on top of it. Oh yeah, I made this out of obsidian. There was some Malfic rock that was kind of in the melting state right there. And I thought, yeah, obsidian tiles, please. Let's give us a little bit of safety. Let's see on this side, this is, it wouldn't be a, well no, this has abyssalite on this side, whereas this actually had Malfic here. That could have meant magma was flowing down my base. Not a good thing to happen. So payload open. That did not take Scientists very long. They're a very good builder. So I don't want them to keep that skill because that may cause them to be stressed out. Let's put in a skill scrub with access to power so they can remove some of those skills for Scientist. Yeah, that was pretty quick. Now before that runs, I'll put priority to this. Let's make sure that that tile here gets built. Here we are. That was just the digging. Now we're doing the building. And this is where food will land from the other asteroid in a vacuum area. So if I send it in a frozen state, it'll get there and be maintained in a frozen state. So this is the lettuce that I'm sending over. And that will eventually make its way here. I can already see some material being sent up. And I'll be able to have that lettuce over there as well. I don't have to manually do this anymore because I've got a payload opener. The dupes will just, in their own time, dump stuff in. Of course, I do have to. Well, what's disable? What is this, right? Disable building. This is a little confusing. It says disable building. Oh, they just haven't actually done enabling. They can access it, right? Yeah. Oh, there's I assume that's some lettuce. Fresh lettuce, 200 grams. So that means there's a lot of payloads on this asteroid, but yeah, fortunately I have the payload opener, so that should improve things. What I may have, maybe I should have done actually, is made that payload opener be a little bit closer. I'll do it. So this area here has been giving me a hard time because oxygen keeps getting up here. I think it'll eventually get up here, and then if it gets up to here, it's really bad. So I'm having to destroy this tile, or build a tile and destroy a tile. So it would be very good if I could actually get more liquid to increase this. And once the payload opener is ready to go. They just built it, I was going to say, they just don't seem to be enabling it, but maybe this is science, I don't know what they're building more. I think they're just building stuff before they get to this. Oh, it's on priority 3, that's why. Okay, put that to priority 5, and that should fix that. Watching some lettuce be opened up, this payload opener. Be dropped off down there. Let's just double check it is in the deep freeze state. It's in a vacuum, so we'll maintain it. You just sit there until the dupes grab it. If the dupes want, I could put it in here, but I think that's fine. Take the time just before I remove the skills of scientist. Should be done this initially, but I'll just connect it like this. And the water like that. Oh yeah, of course that's going to need some power. So now I've got the payload opener raised just a tiny bit, just to make room for this ladder, because what I wanted to do is actually make this out of... I might need some more metal. I want to get a fire pole down here. Maybe I'll just clear this out for future fire pole, but I'll have to mine some metals for that, and there is lots of copper around still. Scientist is having their skills removed. Let's just double check that the Metatronics bit is there. Yeah, it's now able to receive lettuce and water. Water's moving into the line over here. So things are starting to look good. They did not look good when I first landed. Be very careful about how I do this, but I want to destroy this so I can put in better liquid water. Do that with more liquids. That's going to send liquid right there. Because I don't want to just protect this while the dupes are here. Even when the dupes fly back, I want to know that this always is maintained in a vacuum. And the fact that it's just hanging on this little piece of water is making me very nervous. I'd be a little bit more comfortable if it's petroleum, but yeah, let's jam some water in this location. Another dupe. They're stuck on this side in their suits, having to sleep. Great, out there, I guess that's temporary. Unfortunate you took your break at that time, but oh, there we are. I'm gonna vacuum here still, thanks to this water. This is being built now. I'm getting liquid pushed in here. That's going to fill up. Just make me feel a lot more comfortable with this whole setup. And this might also I don't know if it's necessary, but it make me feel a little bit more comfortable if those tiles were filled in too. Just notice that lettuce is warming up while it's sitting in the canister. Maybe it makes sense. I don't know if this will work or not, but we'll make this out of flow tiles. High priority. So now I look into this. I stopped seeing lettuce slowly increase in temperature, so that didn't trip. In fact, I think it was only necessary to make it on the center tile. It may not even matter, because the moment they built that one, I noticed the lettuce stopped going up. But you know, so many little details in this game you have to watch out for. When you want to control, especially when you want to control temperatures of things, which is a big component of this game, certainly with food, it is. So still waiting for this to fill up a little bit more for me to feel comfortable with that. I'll continue to throw stuff into the payload opener, have water, some more food dropped off over here. So I now have a fire pole, allowing the dupes to fire down here. Continue to have this storage area frozen lettuce. So now I have more liquid stored at this location. This is making me feel a lot better about maintaining the vacuum on this side. I'm going to get rid of this battery because I've located 3 batteries down here, so we've got more storage. Now this is actually stored around a cool zone, which is perfect. Think about cooling of this world, but I actually have access to this when I dig it out, so maybe I'll have a different type of cooling for this asteroid. But yeah, stress is finally managed. 0% stress. Let's just have a look at this too. Your stress is going down 45%, so yeah, things are much better. They've got 50,000 calories of food. More can be sent from the other world. Got a payloader opener with more lettuce and water all around here, so we've got more of that on the way. We've got good living area, so Great Hall, nature reserve, barracks, washroom. Starting to optimize things. We've got better storage for batteries. We've got solar panels. I might extend the solar panels a little bit. But I'm at the point where I can go a little bit further and now expand a bit and see what is. Oh, here's the teleportation that I don't have access to anymore. So I'll probably start the process of digging down here, getting access to resources. Now this space has two purposes to it. One, just to get the resources that are in this world, sleetweed and some other things that I would very much like to have. But the other thing, if I look at it from the star map perspective, I can only get to about here with the Red Bolt rocket before I have to return. I need some planet that's going to act as a relay station to charge Red Bolts. So I think this is going to be one of those planetoids that's going to have a research reactor on it eventually. And I can not only land here, but I'll actually be able to recharge this. Now I've got enough energy to get back home, that's not an issue. But if I wanted to go out here somewheres and get back home, I'm just not going to be able to do it without having another asteroid that has a charging station. So that, while that charging is going on, the dupe can get off the rocket, they can relax a bit, they've got some carpeted tiles to take it easy, there's going to be lots of food stored here, stored in a vacuum so it'll last forever. They've got these suits so they can go up in this area and be protected and breathe, and they can enjoy some of the amenities in this base while their rocket gets refueled and they can go on a mission. On the homeworld, I've been starting to put this rocket together. I've learned some of the things. Instead of having a mess hall, I'm building cots with a carpeted tile for stress purposes. I'm more concerned about stress than I am about morale. Eventually, I'm going to have barbecue meat in here. Let's have a look at the decor. As long as the decor, because these gold tiles is really high, they're going to get a lot of morale from that. Not having the mess hall, not really going to make a difference, especially if I've got a little bit of a stress relief. I wish I had to put that in the old rocket. Okay, so before I leave, I'm going to end on this. Before I leave, some thoughts on if I had have done this again, what would I have done? And that was one of them. I would have put carpeted tile on the sleeping spot inside the rocket. That would have reduced stress. The other thing, I would have immediately built the output for this so that my washroom inside the rocket is not being filled up. Scientists unfortunately made a mess inside their suit that added all kinds of stress to them. The other thing, final thing, is I would have not forgotten fiber reed and the Buddy Buddy plant. If I had that, I could even plant the Buddy Buddy plant. The temperature is good enough for it on this rocket while they were there, and then relocated it. So stress was an issue, and I was not properly prepared for that. See, the dupes are idle, so while I'm just sort of talking, how would I just start the process of going down? But yeah, that would have made things a little bit easier. In the long run, I don't think it matters. I'm at the point where the dupes are not stressed. In fact, they're 0% stressed. They've got a really decent base, lots of food. I can now start optimizing a little bit further. I'm probably going to switch over to electrolyzer. I'll do that in the next episode. And we'll continue this process, which I've started right now, of exploring the space, see what it looks like, see where the resources are. No teleportation, or the would have been teleportation equipment there, very close together. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thanks for any comments, feedback on the play, suggestions, and likes, and for all those that subscribed or simply just watching. I will see you in a future episode. Till then.